Hey, it's me again. I've had like 3 people in the past week talk to me about my videos, and when the third person happened, I thought to myself, well, here's my sign. It's time to come back to you guys. And seeing how it's like 5 years, it's like this milestone, usually 5 years of something you celebrate. How do you celebrate 5 years of death? I don't know how. It's 5 years since Michael passed. How? It's like unfathomable. Am I even saying whatever? It's just really hard to wrap my head around the fact that it's 5 years. How, it's just like what I was supposed to spend the rest of my life with that person, and now it's 5 years since they've been gone, and it's just it's jarring. I thought coming into this year I'd be okay. I felt like the past few years I was okay around this time, and I just thought like, okay, all the self-work and meditations and understanding what grief is was finally helping me all coming together and finally helping me cope with these anniversary days. If you've lost somebody close to you, you understand what I'm talking about. Their birthday, their death day, their favorite holidays, the holidays you'd spend with them. All of these now become trigger days for you. And it took me a while to want to celebrate Christmas again. It took me a while to want to celebrate my birthday again. And you can kind of feel it come up. All these anxieties and stuff like that. So because the past couple years I've been feeling okay, I thought this year would be the same. But it really hasn't been. I feel like I am more sensitive. I feel like everything around me is just heightened slightly. I'm having triggers come up now that have never been triggers for me before. I'm remembering a lot of things that I haven't thought about in years. A lot of people, places, things that were talked about, after Michael's passing. And this is also the time of year where Facebook loves to remind me about things. And even though that's a very nice feature, some days it just sucks. Because some days it feels like it's coming at you from all angles. And I'm doing it all this year. Doing it all, feeling it all. With this 5-year anniversary, while also dating somebody new. And the amount of guilt I feel, it's not always there. Not anymore, but it comes through sometimes, and I think that's another thing that's making this 5th year even harder, because of the guilt. Because for a very long time I didn't want to date after Michael passed. I just thought I would be alone for the rest of my life, and I was okay with that, and I could be the cool, fun aunt to, my siblings' future children. And then over time that feeling changed because I had all this love inside of me that I really couldn't do much with now that Michael wasn't here. And it took a lot of time to admit out loud and to admit to myself that I wanted to date again and I wanted to be in love again, because what I had with Michael was so great, and there's nothing like feeling that unconditional love. But dating again is a learning curve and a half, and I was very hesitant to come out to you guys and say that I'm dating somebody new, because I was worried that you guys would think I'm some hack and that I didn't understand you anymore because I'm dating somebody now. But yeah, being in a relationship brings on a whole slew of issues that you didn't even think was possible. And that's really the thing about grief. You never know when it's going to hit. You never know why or how or when. but it does. And I think after 5 years of grief and months of doing these videos where I say, you know, grief never goes away, I always manage to forget that it never goes away. Like, I'm filming this and it hasn't hit the 5-year mark just yet. We're that would be on Thursday. Now it's Monday currently. And I've already bawled my eyes out, like bawled my eyes out twice. Like, I know this time of year is extra stressful for me, but I didn't know like why I just felt the need to bawl my eyes out. And I was with my boyfriend. I started talking about all the things that I was stressed about, and which is my anxiety coming through like a lightning bolt. And the last thing I said to him was, and also it's that time of year. And as soon as I said that, my prior outburst, that one right there, it all made sense. And I'm using the word outburst and I'm not loving that because it sounds so negative, but like those moments where you have to release the energy are so crucial and integral to the process. Letting it out is integral. Don't let it go. I hate that fucking term, let it go. But you gotta let it out. Is that my new slogan? I don't know. Anyways, so the point is that if I can say anything about the last 5 years of dealing with grief, even though like I know that it never goes away, I'm always surprised that I forget that it never goes away. When I have these moments where I need to let the energy out and it's like, oh, why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling this way? And I give it a second thought and it's like, oh, this is my grief. Right. Because on the days when like you feel extra angry or you feel extra frustrated or sad about something and it has logically nothing to do with your past and your grief, you just assume that whatever that one thing was is the reason and cause for all the like negative feelings you're having. But if you really dig down deeper into that, it's probably stemming because of your grief. And you're just feeling extra angry and extra frustrated and extra sad or whatever it is because the grief is heightening it. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. And because it never goes away, that just means whatever circumstance you find yourself in doesn't cover the fact that you will be grieving for the rest of your life. Just because I hit 5 years doesn't mean, 5 years in a day, I'm going to be fine. I hit a milestone. I'm still here. Great. I survived, and grief is gone. That's not a thing. And just because I am dating somebody now who loves me and who I love back doesn't cover up the fact that I'm still grieving. It doesn't. And and there's going to be more moments down the road in my life when new things start to happen for me where grief might come up again. It will. I'm just saying, like, I don't know these circumstances where it'll come up, but I know it will come up. But I'm always surprised when it does. I always forget that it never goes away. And I could be getting down on myself that I should know better by now, but I don't know. I'm human. It's always there. It is always there. Circumstances in your life do not cover the fact that it's always going to be there. That's just bottom line what I'm trying to get to in this video. I am 5 years out, yet I haven't been this affected by this time of year in years. I am dating somebody new again and am in a really great supportive relationship again, and I'm still feeling these feelings of grief. I'm still having a tough time around this year. I'm still having a tough time understanding how to be in a relationship with a partner when I've lost a partner before. It's all a learning curve, and just because you start dating somebody doesn't mean that grief goes away. For me, that it's continuing to show itself. And how could it not? How could it not? He was so integral and important and has literally changed me forever. I will always feel grief from that. from losing him. Do I have more good days than bad now? 110%. But he's always there. And I'm okay with him always being there because he was and still is a super important person in my life. And I wish I didn't have to lose him. But these are the cards that I've been dealt. So I have no choice. This is the first video I've made in literal months. And I have cried in some of my videos before, but I felt like today was... oh. That was hard. If you're watching this till the end and you see this and you've made it through my word vomit today, thank you. Hope it made sense. But I'm so rusty. I even had a tough time setting up my light and my camera, so editing is going to be a real treat. I appreciate you, and I'm thankful that you are here and that you have found this video in whatever way you found it, to help yourself, maybe to help somebody else that's going through it. In my absence from here, I was asked to be on my friend Sierra's podcast called Lemon Soul, and she did interview me for that. I also filmed it, and I'll be releasing that footage next week. So in the meantime, if you're looking to continue to hear my voice, I'll link that podcast down below so you can listen to it, or you can wait until next week when I release my vid. But in the meantime, again, thank you for being here. Be you, be wonderful, be beautiful. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Ooh. Grief requires those self-care days. And those me time days. Ugh. This shit gets heavy. Love you all. Thank you for being here. I will see you next week. Bye. I don't know, like, did I say enough? Is there things that you guys want to know now that I'm back? Are there things or topics you want to hear me talk about or share my experience in? You let me know in the comments below what you want to hear about. I feel like I could say a lot, and I feel like I wish I could say more about the 5-year mark, but it's just... I just had to come back. So this is what I talked about today. But let me know. And I feel weird ending the video again, but I'm sorry. And I love you. And I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.